Greetings from the void. This is Journey Through Miro. I am here with my boys. Say hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
Hi, boys.
Unfortunately, we are missing a boy again.
Ooh,
But
sounds
we'll
bad when you
be
say it
back
in that
next week.
context.
He's a lost boy.
But these boys are going to introduce themselves now.
Hi, I'm definitely not a mimic. Steven the Stowell on TikTok, Lone Jedi 100 on YouTube, and I'm here to be Yip Yap No Tail. Definitely not a mimic.
I am Dale Jitsu. I am an expert musician on dating apps, and I'm at Dale Jitsu on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And I play the role of Isaiah Yeager, Magus extraordinaire, and the DPR of the group.
Hello, everyone. I am Captain Calvinist. You can find me anywhere on social media as Captain Calvinist, with the exception of my Facebook, which you'll be able to find under my actual name, which isn't too hard to find. I play the samurai, Kano Yudai, who goes around and is totally not playing Peter Pan right now. And historically accurate Peter Pan, not Disney Peter Pan.
Who wants
That
to
got real
recap
dark.
last episode?
I mean, I'll do it again.
Okay.
I'll freaking do it again. Last episode, we set off from town, and I downed I downed a sleep potion so that I could return a book to a magical library run by the god of chaos, Zato, and I had a chat with him and a chat with at least an apparition of my father, who was shockingly disappointed in me, which is absurd. And I decided I was not going to cut a deal with the devil, and so I just sat around in utter darkness for an extended period while they were traveling. And then we got to our destination. No, we did not get to our destination. We're still traveling. And I was just looking through some books and playing dragon chess with Kano.
Awesome.
Well, meanwhile, I was playing kobold checkers with my pseudo dragon fossil.
Yes.
Because you got to do something with when those scales fall off, because reptiles molt.
Yeah.
They do.
So, Dale, you get a +8 to any rolls this session.
Take it.
Yes, where we last off, it was just kind of ending the day. And you managed to get like a good day's journey in this about a week-long trip to get to Miro, the next kingdom that you have to go to. And for most of you, sleep comes pretty easily, and Balgroth is the one who ends up kind of taking watch all night, because he, in accordance with like being quiet, he's also really stoic, more stoic than usual. And he takes the reins of the horses and he leads them through the night as the rest of you kind of drift off into a peaceful sleep under a beautiful, clear night sky, staging endless stars on void curtains, like 1,000 eyes blinking a synchronicity, blinking out of sync. But you wake up the next day. Night went by pretty quick. No dreams, just slumber. And you find that the wagon has stopped, with the sun slowly bearing down on your waking faces. And Balgroth is just feeding the horses, leading them to a nearby stream to drink some water before they continue on for the day. And it's just a nice morning. There's a couple clouds in the sky right now, but not many, and you're free to just kind of stretch your legs. And currently, actually, y'all are just kind of in this area, taking a small break. I'm not gonna bother putting down Balgroth's. What?
Our wagon is a tank?
Darn right it is.
Yeah.
Or a Humvee?
No, that's a French. What was it? It's those French.
Listen, guys, I typed
in.
in wagon. That's what it gave me. I thought it looked cool. Leave me alone.
Waiting for like a G-Wagon in there or something.
My, what interesting modifications have been made to our wagon.
Shh.
Can you use the turd on the top?
No. Suspend disbelief. Anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, so Balgroth is just kind of feeding the horses, watering the horses, stretching his legs, just silently going about his day.
Yip Yap's gonna run over to go in the water, but what on earth is this shrine-looking thing?
So, that is... It's carved stone. It is clearly carved. And there's symbols, a symbol on each of the four sides.
Okay.
That Yip Yap really only recognizes one to be the radiance. And then at the top of the pointed top of this obelisk thing, there's kind of like a spider web design kind of trailing down, carved into the stone.
I tap the radiance. I tap the Spilkiriga symbol with my stick.
Nothing happens.
I tap it harder.
You're gonna break the stick. Don't do that. Yeah. It's just a nice morning. A couple clouds in the sky. Kano, Isaiah, what are y'all doing? Stretching your legs?
Kano is going to clap to himself about how he beat Isaiah in a game of Dragon Chess.
While Isaiah was distracted, let's keep that in mind. Let's see. Yeah, Isaiah's gonna hop out, and are we just done for the night? Like we're sort of just chilling here?
Yeah, this is the morning after y'all slept. You're just kind of stretching your legs after sleeping in.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I put down the wrong symbol. Block. There we go.
Also, Yip Yap, there's like small fish in the river that are kind of darting in and out
better.
of rocks.
I fish with my daggers for lunch, for breakfast.
Roll survival.
I'm gonna survive so hard.
Kano is going to kind of stick by Isaiah. Isaiah,
Okay.
where did you learn magic?
Formally at an academy. Obviously, I had done work prior to that to get in, and that was primarily through studying random ancient texts that were available or found in artifacts.
Isaiah, but where did you study formally? I know you were sent. I know you keep talking about school you were sent to, and I'm curious to hear what it is, because I'm looking for one of the places that raided one of my temples was a school.
Really, schools don't normally authorize armed raids of anywhere. I don't think I've ever heard of one that did.
They do if there's important artifacts.
Well, I couldn't think of an institution. When you say school, you don't mean a monastery or even a royal court or something.
No, it was a research team done by an academy. They came to originally by, presumably, but then it turned violent.
I don't think Strixhaven or anywhere like that would do anything of that nature, but I suppose academia can be rather cutthroat. Although most of the people that I knew were rather caught up in their own ideas and they'd never go into the field. But in any case, tell me about this raid that happened.
Well, when
Raid Shadow Legend.
And now we're
no, we're Spencer. Well, I think it's been almost a year now since it happened. Originally, I was set to guard a temple of Spyros. I was the head of our clan. I was not a head of the clan. I was a leader in the temple defense. That was the job I was given. And whenever we went to go follow a lead on someone who had stolen some of the sacrifices meant to go to Spyros, it was a tributary meant to be distributed amongst the people as a, kind of like an all, if you will.
Mhm.
I returned and the temple was destroyed, monks killed by magic, conjuration, rite of conjuration, and aberration, all sorts of the magical schools of thought.
a temple of Spiros. But you said that the people were dead there. So it wasn't just burgled or something. It wasn't. It was filled with people that were dead.
That's kind of what happens when you shoot someone with a magic fireball.
Magic fireball. So that's a decently powerful.
I think you're getting too
conjuration.
on those spells that I'm saying I think were used. I'm not a magic user, but either way, we returned and everything was destroyed. They didn't take any of the artifacts that had magical properties to them, thank goodness. But they did take.
How fortuitous.
But they did take a lot of the items with magical abilities and spiritual abilities.
Wait. So no artifacts with magical effects, but items with that magical effects.
Items with magical effects. The only thing that they managed not to get would be my sword, which is a special item on its own and meant to be kept near me.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, I'm very sorry. I truly have no idea what that death would have come from.
Maybe could you recall maybe anyone that would be in search of artifacts like mine?
Oh, I can think of many people that would be in search of artifacts, and I can completely sympathize with the desire to find them, especially if no one's around. But no, I don't know anyone that would go and execute a bunch of people to steal their things in the name of study. Perhaps someone with dreams of lichdom or some such, or necromancy.
That there was a group of explorers who attacked my home just to attack us.
Well, yes, yep, but that's a bit. People look at kobold bands a bit differently than. I'm not saying the stereotypes are right. I'm just saying.
Roll deception.
Deception. Out of game, I did not go in and kill a bunch of people.
No.
That is not how it happened.
But you are lying about something.
I said I totally understood why someone would want to go steal things with nobody around. That is a truth.
That's the truth, but that's still that's what, a lie of omission.
So yeah, Dale deception and Kano insight.
Kobolds don't go after people. Only goblins.
Insight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great! It uses my wisdom, the one thing I'm not good at.
Goblins aren't people; they're filthy trash things.
I'm adding a +8 to this one.
Really?
What else do I need it for?
All right. Continue as you were, I guess.
Yes. No. Well, yeah. Why not? I probably won't use it for anything else. I say before I fail a miserable saving throw or something.
The tome you didn't open was a mimic.
Yeah. Right.
Also,
Well, actually, no. I'll take that back. I'll just let it roll as is.
all right.
So, does he realize, or does he suspect, perhaps?
So, I would say that he is just as suspicious as he's been this entire time.
Well,
Feel like you're omitting something.
Connor, listen, I would absolutely have zero issue, desecrating a grave. I would definitely take magic artifacts that no one was guarding or something. I would not go and murder a bunch of people to get them. And I certainly don't know anyone who would. I wouldn't affiliate with that kind of person.
I believe you wouldn't affiliate, but there's. I'll drop the subject now. It's not the time to talk about this.
Very well.
I just thought maybe you would know something that could help me.
It is the time for someone smarter than me to look at that stone thing up north.
What stone thing?
That
The one
thing.
he's next to, I guess.
Oh, what?
Oh, hold on. He moved. There we go. Yep. Can you roll perception?
Oh, what's happened? Need to make this a separate page. Perception.
Oh my god. Okay, so first things first, Kano and Isaiah, after your talk and kind of looking around, you notice the obelisk that Yip Yap was looking at. Isaiah, you also notice that this pile of boulders over here, there seems to be like markings on it that don't seem like regular erosion. And Yip Yap, I'll get to what you see in a second.
Excuse me for a moment, Kano. I'm going to go over and investigate.
Oh wow, maybe the same adventurers that. Oh, okay.
No, I'll listen to Yip Yap.
Maybe it was the same adventurers who killed my people who raided your place. Oh.
I doubt that would be it, Yip Yap. If it was just a normal band of adventurers, Yip Yap, they would have minimal luck doing what they did.
I don't know. Pretty crafty.
Well, you're an adventurer now, Yip Yap. Just saying.
So, Isaiah.
Yep, has an existential crisis.
Yes.
The carvings you see on the boulder, it looks like an encoded message of some kind has been carved into the stone. Yep, you also noticed this. You had a high perception.
About what?
The encoded message on the stones, the boulder.
Okay, Yep immediately tries to dump the information that Kano just said and focuses on the inscription. He cannot mentally grasp that he is an adventurer.
That's fair, you know.
Is it a language or is it a code or what?
So, you know of Thieves' Cant, but you don't know when to recognize it. It's just a possibility.
I see. So I sort of realize this is some sort of cipher, but I'm not really clear on what it is. Ooh, I am not familiar with this.
What does it say? What does it say, boss?
Are you examining
I
it?
don't know.
Of course.
All right, Yip Yap, since you know Thieves' Cant, this is a type of Thieves' Cant that you're not entirely. This isn't the one you learned, but there are similarities between the two codes.
Someone has bad handwriting.
What you can glean from this is that it's two separate messages that have been carved in here at two separate occasions.
Is this just graffiti?
The first message, you can only make out 3 words out of 5. You can read creatures, stock, lands.
Creatures, stock, lands.
So it's like
what's the lands ever do to them?
The sentence is like blank creatures, stock, blank lands.
Something creatures, stock, blank lands. I wonder what the blank lands ever did to them.
And the second message reads prayer, and then you cannot make out the middle part at all. And then the last is much.
Much. Prayer much. Kierga never really talked to us about praying to him, you know. He was always just kind of there for us. You Yip just turns black and white and you start hearing the animal APCA music.
But yeah.
Yip Yap just goes up and carves into the rock. Yip Yap, no tail was here. And then he turns around and then he turns back around and he carves end friends.
Aw.
Does he carve it in Thieves' Count or in?
Of course, that's the only language he can write in, yeah.
That's fair.
Does either Isaiah or Connor go look at the obelisk? Because you guys did notice that earlier.
Connor's
Ah.
gonna look at it.
Okay. So, yes. Kano, you are more privy to the different symbols that represent the primordials. So, on the four sides of this obelisk, you recognize symbols that represent the radiance, the soaring, the vast, and the Tellurian. You do not see a symbol that represents the beyond, which is Spiros to you. And at the top, again, where it all comes to a point, is a spider web design.
Can I do like a religion check to obtain more information from this?
Of course. And Isaiah can also do a religion check because he is privy to this information as well.
All right. Did not mean to do a charisma save. We can ignore that safely.
The three primal realms, Bed, Bath, and Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay, so Kano, Isaiah, you only can glean what you've learned in books because this kind of stuff has never really interested you that much. But you just know that this is possibly a marker for a religious site. That's all Isaiah can glean. Kano, you know that this is something that existed before the Beyond was considered part of the primordial pantheon. Before life forms recognized that there was an afterlife.
So, would it be inaccurate for Kano to say this is a symbol of creation?
That would actually be pretty accurate.
Okay. Kano's gonna like put and like rub his thumb over it to clear it.
Mhm.
That's strange. This is a symbol of the creation.
The creation of what?
Well, the creation of everything. The spider web is like a web of life. Think about it like that. But this is before creatures knew of any afterlife, before the beyond, Spyros, came into being.
Oh.
I would say this is probably before most things were, will, and has been.
What's the creation myth that Yip Yap would be familiar with compared to what he's saying?
So,
Before you
Yip,
go.
you really, I think I mentioned this to you before, but a recap is never a bad thing. The Radiance has really only told you of its own creation, which came to be after life itself was made. Life was made from this great being called, the Radiance referred to it as Mother. And life was referred to as, the Radiance referred to life as acceptance. And then the Radiance was made, and then the Radiance made the Kobolds, the Dragonborn, and all other reptilian life that you know.
I mean, I know that the acceptance made things. I don't know why it wouldn't have, gotten people to accept a drum roll plays from my pseudo dragon somehow. To accept an afterlife, but then the Radiance made all us kobolds and other folk. Like Fossil. Fossil's packing away the drum set.
Kano's just kind of like absorbed by the thought of this web being here.
all of that to say, since Yip Yap, you got the highest perception originally, you, after the whole like talk of creation stuff, because you don't know as much and you just kind of know like the baseline, you start just kind of looking around again, and your gaze kind of just goes back up to the sky where there's like a bunch of clouds forming, and you notice that there's a really big cloud that has just kind of, it hasn't just appeared, but it looks a lot different from the rest of the clouds that are in the sky.
Hey,
It is
that's not a
mo-
cumulus cloud.
It's moving in a different direction.
Wait, that's not how. Oh, look, I may be a kobold of little brain, but I don't think that's how wind works.
I would normally I would disagree with you, but I don't think that's how it works either.
What is the cloud? Does it look like a cloud, or does it have some shape? Is it like a turtle?
So this cloud,
The
it's
sound cloud.
the more you look at it and like kind of start to focus on it, it has a much more cohesive shape than the rest of just the clouds. And you realize that the kind of the end of the cloud that's like at the end where it's moving, it looks like a face. And then a head. And then a segmented snake-like body that is slowly bobbing up and down in the sky way, way, way above you.
Is that a dragon?
No. You would not recognize this as any type of dragon that you know. This is Isaiah going to look up too?
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, all of you kind of start to focus on this gargantuan head of a grayish beast that has seemingly blended into the clouds up until now. And it's just kind of, it seems to just lazily kind of float in the opposite direction of the clouds with a very kind of monolithic head with an unhinged jaw just wide open and very sunken eyes that look like they're almost falling inside of its own skull. And
this is starting to get Majora's Mask Moon territory.
it has this like I said, a snake-like body that's been segmented like like one of those like wooden toy things. And each of those segments are moving kind of in pattern with each other to mimic how clouds move. But from these segments, kind of spike-like protrusions are just coming out at random spots on its body.
Guys, I don't like it.
As you it's not, so it's up in the sky, it is not facing you. It's just moving across the sky. And even like at the distance that you see it, you still have to like physically turn your head to like see all of its body.
Isaiah, that's not normal. What was in our drinks?
I think that's real, but you're right. That's not normal.
Did we smoke something when we were sleeping?
I don't think so.
Isaiah and Kano, can you roll a history or a religion check if you'd like?
You know, if you chew a kobold scale, it could have psychedelic effects.
Huh?
Huh?
Oh.
What did I roll?
All right, you both went with history, and those are both really high rolls. So, both of you, the more you look at it, the more like a resemblance to something you have been taught separately in different ways. Isaiah, you were taught this from a book during a class you took on the primordials, specifically the soaring, which is the primordial that's responsible for the life of flying, feathered folk and creatures. And Kano, you remember the soaring as like the creator of the sky as a whole. But this being above you right now is considered a lesser beast in this world, a minor god that is an underling of the soaring, referred to as Lix, the cloud shepherd. It is a deity of, most of the time it is seen as a deity of weather, particularly like storms. And there are myths that its breath is what creates tornadoes and hurricanes. And you are looking at this myth in the sky right now.
Kano is going to prostrate on the ground almost immediately.
You're going to what?
Huh?
Prostrate.
What about your prostate?
Prostrate.
I'm
He's
not-
going to
nope.
get on his knees. He's going to get on his knees and then put his torso on the ground and like cover his head. He's going to prostrate.
That's okay. Okay.
And he's going to start praying to Spyros.
Okay. Isaiah, what are you up to?
Scares the crap out of him.
Interesting. You know what? Well, he's kind of far away, but close enough to like shoot a tornado at us. I think I'm gonna walk over to these rocks over here.
Okay. As you're like, so this thing just kind of, Isaiah, well, I guess Kano isn't watching it anymore, but Isaiah and Yip Yap, this thing is moving so slow because the distortion of its like the distance it is from you makes it appear like it's moving in just complete slow motion. The only like proof that it's moving at all is the fact that it's moving in the opposite direction that the clouds are.
Interesting.
And you notice as the sky starts to become more blue, as the sun rises more, there is a small kind of stream, like a jet stream, that is right in front of its like gaping jaw. That is appears to be like, you have never seen a flying folk move as quick as to create a jet stream. You've seen creatures be able to fly that fast, but even though the size of this and your vision is very small, it's the fact that you can see it lets you know that it's bigger than any like bird or beast that you've seen fly that fast. And it looks like it's trying to get away from Lix. But the gargantuan deity, its jaws are just constantly kind of hovering over the smaller thing and like very, very slowly closing as this sort of like chase scene before you passes in front of the sun and you have to look away because the sun.
Interesting.
That was mortifying.
Yes, glad I'm not whatever that is.
Dead. We call that dead.
Well, soon, yes.
Something Kiriga always said, there's always a bigger dragon.
That is true.
Kana, are you still prostrating on the ground?
He's terrified right now.
Okay.
Kano?
This thing is technically responsible for every chicken that walks the earth.
No, it's not.
Kano. Yip Yap pokes Kano with his stick.
What?
It's going away from us.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Spyros. He's gonna roll over onto his back.
I don't know why you keep talking about a purple dragon.
Yip Yap. Spyro's the name of my deity.
Oh,
So yeah, as this
Interesting.
as this creature that you once thought to be completely made up, or at least just fiction in some way, slowly disappears into like the rays of the sun out of your vision. Balgroth has tied the horses back up to the wagon and is currently just sitting in the rider's seat, waiting for y'all to get back on the wagon so you can continue.
Well, there you go. I guess we'll hop back on for now.
Okay.
Oh.
Yip Yap plays another game of checkers with Fossil.
So, yeah, after that horrific sight,
Yeah.
y'all start back down this padded dirt road that's been worn from years and years of walking, wagons, horses, beasts of all kinds, just patting it down. And as the grass kind of like grows, it becomes like taller grass around the path. A light is emitting from a patch of grass that's a little bit ahead of you. And more trees are showing up the further you go into this plain, with very green, shimmering leaves. And it's almost like you can hear music as the breeze goes through these branches and leaves of the trees.
Oh, not again.
And Isaiah, even without casting Detect Magic or anything like that, you can tell that there is very, very strong magic here. You can't exactly tell what, unless you use Detect Magic, but you know that there's something going on that's not natural for this area. Because you grew up in Glenville, you kind of know how this place works. And as you get closer, you notice that there is a pond above on the path. I'm not going to put down the wagon again because you all made fun of me, so just go here. And there's just a pond where a purple light is kind of just coming up from the water itself. And you can see like animals moving in and out of the tall grass. And you can even tell that some animals are drinking from this pond because you can see ripples in the water. You can see the backs of very, very big creatures. And as y'all kind of just, it seems like the wagon keeps moving forward, but the horses that are like,
Where'd Cap go?
sorry,
Edge
I wasn't looking at
crashed.
this. The horses that are leading the carriage, they start to like stray to the side of the path and start just walking towards the water by themselves. And nothing, like Balgroth is trying to like pull them back onto the path, but they're not budging until they
definitely gonna
stop at the water.
Cast Detect Magic right now.
All right, awesome. Very strong enchantment and abjuration magic is coming from this pond.
Yep. And it's drawing the horses.
Yeah, the horses have completely walked up to the edge of the pond here. So the carriage is like completely off the path now as they drink the water with the rest of the creatures.
Do I observe like a negative or any effect on the horses upon drinking the water?
No, nothing seems to be wrong with any of these animals other than the fact that so the types of animals that are here. There are a couple calluses, those little bunny things. Their ears folded back as a pair of them drink at the very edge of the water. A Vezin pup with no like adult Vezin is kind of swimming around in the water. And an owlbear is sleeping on its back with little like finches and flogants hopping around on its stomach. It doesn't really seem to mind, or it's just too
Same.
deep asleep.
There's a little one there without adult super vezin.
Yes. And there's also a trio of deer, all of their antlers glowing green.
Does that strike anything for Yip Yap?
You know that water shouldn't be glowing purple, but you don't see much of these animals, so you don't know what's normal and what's not.
Yip Yap's just gonna hide inside the wagon.
Okay.
He's also Yip Yap is slowly carving his life story in Thieves' Cant on one of the
Oh my God.
board.
I think
One
that
of the
Uzziah.
board of the wagon.
Interesting. I'm going to go and investigate this water, maybe cast some Identify on it to see if I can make heads or tails of what's going on.
All right. Kano, what are you going to do?
So Kano's going to go with Isaiah with
Okay.
his sword drawn just to, I don't know, just kind of be there for emotional support, I guess.
So, as the two of you leave your Yep in the wagon and walk towards the water, none of the animals really they should that they should the smaller ones would run away normally, but they just kind of move out of your way and continue to drink the water as the purple light just continues to streak out of it. With no real source under the water, it just seems to be coming from the surface of the water itself. An Identify spell doesn't really give you much more than just a basic, this is abjuration, and this is, enchantment. This is just magical aura emitting from this water.
Interesting. If I use shape water on it to freeze it or move it at all, does it have effects?
No.
Can I sniff it?
There's no remarkable smell coming from it. It just kind of smells like a regular pond. It's got some lily pads growing, some small little fish in the water where the vezin is swimming.
Kano, taste this water for me. I want to see what happens.
Shouldn't. Why? Do you have something suspicious about it?
There's something. Look, what do you mean? Is there something special about it? It's glowing purple.
Other than it glowing purple, I mean,
It's got
couldn't
some sort of
algae be causing
magical property, but it's not clear to me what it would be.
that? I mean, when I think glowing water, the first thing I think is maybe algae or something like that.
No, it's definitely not algae. Just have a sip of it and see how you feel.
Whatever. Kano's gonna reach in for his canteen, the one that doesn't have, or one of his bottles, the one that doesn't have sake in it.
Okay.
Gonna put a small bit of water in there and then swallow it or drink it.
So, as you put the water in it, some of it kind of splashes against your hand as you put some of it inside. And at first it doesn't really feel like much. It's just kind of warm water that's been sitting under the sun. And when you drink it, it doesn't taste remarkable in any way. It doesn't taste gross. It tastes like fresh water, which shouldn't be possible because it's stagnant water. But can you make a wisdom save for me?
I can indeed. Watch me proceed to fail this save, though, because my wisdom saves are, SpaghettiOs.
This water is highly addictive.
Wow, that's a full 3.
So it does taste refreshing. It tastes very refreshing to the point where you feel like you really need a bath right now. You actually really haven't bathed much at all, and that's really dawning on you in this moment. And you see this vezin pup just swimming in the water, nothing happening to it, so you know the water is safe. It's clear, it's not cloudy, doesn't seem to be anything dangerous in the water. A swim would feel very nice, actually.
Kano starts taking off his armor.
Kano, what are you doing?
I've
No.
been needing a bath. Drinking the
No.
water wasn't enough.
No.
And as
Stop
he's
it.
done, he takes a full step back and then runs and jumps in.
No.
So, yeah, you jump in. Some of the animals kind of like bark or squeak in surprise at the very sudden disruption of the water, and the Vezin pup like quickly climbs out and shakes off. But nothing gets aggravated. Even the owl bear just kind of like rolls over, just kind of annoyed at the sound, but not angry. And the water just feels wonderful.
Kano, how are you feeling in there?
This is awesome.
All right, well, come out.
I don't wanna.
Yip Yap, how are you doing?
Kano somehow still manages to have his hat on.
Sick.
Yep, you don't see Yip Yap unless you're inside the carriage.
Yip Yap, are you in the carriage?
Bad things! Ominous thing! Big creatures! Weird water! Ominous! Bad idea! Mm-mm!
Well, can you help get Kano out of the water?
Kano's in the water?
Kano's in the water.
Yip Yap looks at his gold piece. Are you sure he's not doing okay in the water?
Well, he won't come out, so he's going to die eventually or something.
He'll probably get tired. I can't swim.
You can't swim.
I never really tried.
Well, you're probably not the best one to save him then. Well.
Should join
Have
me.
you
This
tried
is
asking
great.
him nicely?
What?
Maybe offer him some of his favorite food or drink. Does he like ale? I'm not sharing. I'm just asking.
Kano, Yip Yap has ale for you.
No, that's a lie.
If
He's got
you
plenty
don't
of
want
it.
Sake, I don't want it. You got
Maybe even your gold.
I could give you a little sake.
my gold.
Yip Yap cracks his knuckles.
Maybe. I don't know. You better go check.
Kano's getting out of the water.
All right. After you get out of the water, it felt very nice to swim. The sort of like magical light was just kind of floating around you like mist while you were swimming. Once you get out, though, your throat feels very, very dry.
Do
you don't
not
feel a need to get back in the water at all. You
drink
just feel really thirsty.
the water.
What was that, Isaiah?
Don't drink the water.
What was that?
Don't
Kano's
drink.
slowly putting another cup in the water. What was that, Isaiah?
I'm going to mage hand the cup and smack it.
That was my non-sake cup.
Damn. Well, I'm dumping it. I'm not like tossing it in. Kano, this water is clearly magical and affecting your mind.
And
Stop
it's
this.
a good kind of magical.
No, it's not.
Kano, so you feel like your throat is really dry. You feel thirsty. It's not like devastatingly thirsty. But Isaiah and Yip Yap, you notice that while Kano is talking, he can't hear this Kano. But Isaiah and Yip Yap, Kano sounds weird. He sounds like almost sinister, like his voice.
Like O'Malley?
Yes, like
That was my water.
You're not acting sinister.
Oh,
you
what?
just sound sinister.
That was my water.
I
Not
want
yours.
I want to taste oblivion!
Okay, this is concerning. Kano.
Yip Yap cradles Fossil protectively. / for comfort.
How about you just come back to the cart and Yes, just come back to the car for a moment. I want to
Will I
run
get
some
my
tests
gold
on
back?
you.
Will I get my gold back?
That's a good question. There's only one way to find out. Scientifically speaking.
I don't deal in maybes.
Well, ask Yip Yap then.
Oh, so Yip Yap has it.
How's
I
what?
would
Kano's grabbing
investigate.
bits on his armor. He's walking over to Yip Yap.
I'm in the wagon.
I'm walking to the wagon then. Yip Yap.
What?
Where's my gold?
Should be in your coin pouch.
Yip Yap. Where's my 20 gold? Was it-
Kano, roll. Sorry, Steven. You can talk in a second. Kano, roll an intimidation with advantage. What were you saying, Steven?
It should be in your coin pouch. Also, it was 13.
It's 13, sorry.
So, yeah, for the next 24 hours, you have advantage on intimidation
Huh.
checks. But you have disadvantage on deception and persuasion.
Oh, well,
Anyway,
luckily.
Yip Yap, can
Mhm.
you just roll like a wisdom save? Yeah, you're kind of scared of Kana right now.
Well, in general, I was already scared.
You're more scared.
It's in your coin pouch, right? That's where you keep your gold, in a coin pouch.
He walks in and stares at Yip Yap. Yip Yap.
Yep.
I know it was you now
What?
who took the coin from my purse whenever we were in Retcher.
No.
Yip Yap!
No, that wasn't me.
Kano closes the door to the carriage while
What, was I saying
That
a
is
lie to
not
you?
how it works.
he
What, was I
walks
saying a lie to
No,
you?
let him cook.
We're in a
closes the door
Conestoga.
and he locks it.
That's
We're
not
in
how it works. There's no
Conestoga.
door.
Let him cook. Now you can't leave. I kick over their motorcycles.
Yip Yap.
Kano.
Where is my money?
Right there, I point to your coin pouch.
Did you put the money you stole back in my purse?
I didn't steal your money.
Yip Yap, there's no need to lie. Isaiah snitched on you.
Isaiah
Hold
lied.
on.
He told me he'd teach me magic, and all I know is stuff that clearly isn't right.
Like stealing people's coin?
No, like Jim's magic missile.
I didn't teach you that.
Yip Yap.
I taught you nothing of the sort.
If you give me back my coin, nothing bad is going to happen.
You seem in a bad mood. Do you need chocolate?
I am in a bad mood because I want my money back.
Did you get the extended warranty?
Yip Yap. You stole from me.
No.
Yip Yap. You stole from me.
Roll for
No.
deception.
Yip Yap. Kano kind of like puts his sword on his lap. You stole from me.
Ah. Bugger!
Volgroth is stone-faced, staring ahead, waiting for everyone to get in the cart so he can go.
Give me my money back.
I don't have your money.
Please.
I don't have your money.
What did you do with it?
I don't have it.
Yip Yap. Please. Tell me the truth.
I didn't steal
know
your
you
money.
lied.
You need to calm down. Here, have a kobold scale. It'll calm you.
No.
It'll mellow you right out.
Kano just kind of like takes it and tosses it out. What?
Oh well, now you're just throwing away my property. I could use that for checkers.
Yip Yap. What happened to my money.
I didn't take it.
Yip Yip, roll persuasion.
Persuasion, you say.
Persuasion.
Connor, roll wisdom.
Not
save.
deception for this blatant lie, but
This
persuasion.
is a deception check.
I am trained in deception.
Connor, wisdom save, please.
It's a wisdom save.
Yes.
All right. Ah.
You know, it kind of feels like he's telling the truth. He's such a pathetic thing, you know. Why would he lie to you so much? He can't take you, so like, why would he lie to you?
Isaiah, were you lying to me?
No.
No, I'm conflicted.
Hello, conflicted. I'm Isaiah. Tell me,
Alright.
do you feel strange inside right now after drinking?
Who took my money?
Balgroth starts making the horses walk. Isaiah, are you gonna get in the wagon?
Oh, the horses are good to go now?
Yeah, they've been good.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get in the wagon.
So you're all in the wagon now, and you're walking down.
Interesting.
I need
Walking
that
down the
money.
path. With Kano having a crisis of some kind.
He's
Yip
just gonna keep yelling at Yip Yap.
Hey, yo! Alright.
Just in case.
So, as you walk, it's been about half a day. You got to the pond around noon, and now you're just kind of walking out in open plains again. You just see, like, creatures walking across the plains. Kano's having a crisis of some kind. Yip Yap is terrified. Isaiah is preparing. And Balgroth is unresponsive in most senses. It's a great time for everyone right now. Such a cooperative party.
Yes, we work well together.
Isaiah, roll a history check. Yeah, history. All right. With your memory stuff and how good it is, you start to recognize kind of where you are right now. And you know that, like, just a couple miles down this road, you're going to come across a town called Pernith, which is a trading town that you like barely went to as a kid, but you know of it because it's very close to your hometown. And the sun is like starting to set now, and you're still a couple miles out from this town, and only you know about it. So you can either choose to camp for the night or walk into town as the moon rises.
You know what? Let's just go on. There's a town up ahead. We can probably make that by the time the moon rises.
Fine.
No, there's no fines. There's no penalties. They're it's a trading town.
Fine, as in okay.
You can always find out by shaking him by the ankles.
That's a good idea.
As you'll come into this town, the town of Pernith, it is such a small town, nothing extraordinary. And Isaiah, you don't have like many memories of this place. None are fond memories, but none are like negative either. This is just a trading town that your family would sometimes go to if like a grocery store in your hometown of Colebrook didn't have what you wanted. But it's a very quaint, kind of like humble town, and it's like nearing nighttime. It is nighttime. So there's not much hustle and bustle going on. But you recall that this town has a grocery store, a merchant shop, a bakery, a smith, and an inn. And then a couple houses just kind of scattered around for people who don't work, like live.
Kano's going to turn to the group. I'm going to get us rooms at the inn.
Yip Yap's gonna go. Can Yip Yap discern where the tavern is?
There is no tavern. You smell no alcohol coming from any of these buildings.
It's a dry town.
If you have such an alcoholic, he can just smell it coming from establishment.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
So yeah.
Is there like a bulletin board or some place where I can get information?
Nope. This is just a town.
Yip Yap knocks on the first door that doesn't seem like a home.
So from this building, you
Good to
smell
know.
fresh baked bread coming from the building you're standing in front of. Kano, you see a tabaxi in this inn. We're going to take a 10-minute break while I deal with this. So I will be right back.
All right.
Are we just waiting on Dale? Or...
Yeah, Dale's coming right back with a nice bowl of Cheerios.
I have potato wedges.
He was told 10 minutes though, so that's why he's not back yet.
I'm
That's
sorry,
fair.
potato wedges?
Yeah.
Potato wedges.
Yes.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Are you
So it's
serious?
I am. Yes.
Can you figure out what it is from the name?
It's a wedge of potato.
Yes.
A
It's
wedge
a
of
very
potato.
thick French fry, okay?
Oh, that's what. Okay, I had it
French
scrolled
fries
down
that
below
squat.
where I could see you. That's just an undeep fried JoJo. That's what we
Oh,
call them
what?
up here.
What?
That's what my mom calls them.
Well, you jail.
What is the Northwest on?
Um,
An unfried JoJo? What is that referring to?
What is a
Did
So
you
if
just call
you-
it Ort?
so if you did that up like a French fry, Mother
Mhm.
would get those jumbo things and she called them JoJos.
I put these in the oven.
I mean, you could oven bake them, but they'd be sold as like basically that, but the French fry exterior.
So a potato wedge.
Plebeians.
Y'all, so yep, you walk up to this building. It smells like baked bread.
Okay, I knock on the door. I knock with my Kiriga stick.
A woman opens the door, and she kind of like looks around for a second, and then looks down, and like takes a step back.
Your chewing is picking up.
Okay. I'll mute. And sometimes does, sometimes doesn't.
I smell very fine breads from here, but I'm actually looking for the other use of yeast, of alcohol.
Oh. We don't really have a tavern here.
Really?
No. I mean, well, the merchant might have some, but he's still expecting his delivery next week. So if you want a tavern or something like that, you'd have to go to the next town over. We're like a passerby town. People come here, stay for a night, get supplies, and then leave if they don't live here.
Alcohol's a supply.
Not here. Sorry, little one.
Oh. I'll take a bread roll for me and the dog. The dog? For me and the pseudo dragon.
I just packed away all my bread for the night. You'd have to wait until morning.
Oh, this is awkward. I'm sorry. Bye.
Bye.
He runs off.
All right. So, yeah, in the inn, Kano, you see this, a tabaxi woman with, like, kind of golden fur that's spotted with, like, brown and white. Her, like, muzzle looks like she's been punched. Not recently, but, like, it healed wrong, you know? Like, the equivalent of a broken nose on a person, I guess. And she's, missing her left arm.
Oh.
So she kind of looks up. She looks like she was like sleeping on this reception / countertop thing. And she like wakes up really suddenly and her fur stands on edge. Evening. Hi. Who are you?
I am Kano Udai.
No. What? What?
Sorry, it's a common mistake. My name is Kano Udai. I'll spell it out for you.
No. It's all right. Do you need a room or
I need 3 rooms.
3 rooms?
And a bird stand.
Oh, what?
One of our friends has a bird.
Oh, I don't do well with birds. That's gonna have to wait outside.
You will have to bring it up to the magician.
What? Oh, I'm not used to late night visitors. I'm sorry. Sorry. Where are my manners? My name is Curate. I don't
Curator?
technically own this inn, but you know. So where are the other, I guess, 2 people traveling with you? If you need 3 rooms.
At that
They're
point, Yip Yap
outside.
stumbles into the tavern.
Oh my God!
There's one right there.
What?
You will not raise your voice when he appears.
Why do you sound like that? I don't appreciate you.
Why are you being so creepy, Kano? We just want to stay the night at the inn.
Oh, magic water!
You don't have
You
to
were
say
saying
things
something
like
about
in a creepy like sentence.
It's the magic water! I'm trying to not sound creepy.
All right.
You'll have to excuse
Sexual
our friend.
harassment versus
He's.
unspoken riz.
You'll
So,
have to excuse our friend. He's.
The kobold is harmless. The magician may not be harmless.
Excuse me.
all right. So you need 3 rooms. There's 3 of y'all.
No, there's 4 of us.
4. Oh, I don't have 4 open rooms.
Oh, we can stack up.
The kobold likes to sleep under our bed, so put him with. So he'll be going.
How much are the rooms?
Oh, well, it's 5 gold a pop a night. So for 3 rooms, it's 15 gold for the night.
Yeesh.
Yip Yap, pay up.
What?
Yeah. You
I
owe
can't
me
borrow-
13 gold.
What? I don't have that much gold.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yip Yap, do I have to grab you by your ankles and turn you over?
Hey,
You'll
no,
only
I don't
find
appreciate
14
how
pieces of gold. You okay? You'll only find 14 pieces of gold. You'll have to ask Balgroth or something.
I'll cover the last piece of gold.
I can only pay 13 pieces.
I will cover the last 2 pieces of gold.
Okay.
Rat, sorry about that.
Wait, a rat?
I said sorry about that. Although
Oh,
I do have rats. Anyway. So how are y'all paying? I'm sorry. I've zoned out.
we're paying
Yeah,
with
pushes
gold.
over 13 pieces of gold. And
While
he'll
he
cover
does
the last.
Kano is going to look over the inscription that's on the gold to see if there's any similarity between.
I need 2 more gold.
It's all regular because y'all are being jerks and not thinking about potential plans I have for plots.
I still need 2 more gold.
Kano's going to put 2 gold pieces down on the table.
All right. She kind of like sweeps it off with her only hand into like a bucket that's beneath her desk. All right. Well, I gotta clean the rooms first. I don't normally do this. So could y'all just like wait here and I'll go clean the rooms?
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. And she like goes off. So like
As she leaves, Yip Yap's gonna look in the pot. How much is in there? Is there like clearly a lot more than
it is
we put in?
literally just the gold you gave her.
Shoot.
So the waiting area of this inn, it looks like it should be a bar, but there's no like drinks or anything. There's no barrels of ale or anything. It's just a countertop, and there's a fake fireplace with like it doesn't lead to a chimney or anything. But above like the mantle of this fireplace, there is a very intricate golden crown just kind of sitting on top of the mantle.
Ooh.
I'm gonna walk over and look at it.
Yep, too.
It has like several jewels embedded into like a kind of like golden coppery metal that you can't quite place if it's either or.
Interesting.
But yeah, as y'all are kind of like looking at that, Isaiah, are you looking at it too?
He is.
All right, so the three of you looking at it, you like suddenly hear behind you, what are y'all doing?
Yep, jumps into
Looking
the
at
fake
this-
fire.
Looking at this lovely crown.
Don't touch that.
Do we have?
No one's touching it. What is it?
Is there an issue with looking at the crown?
I just don't want y'all to touch it.
We're
Rules
not
are ready.
looking at it.
What do I look like, a thief?
We're not answering that. Yep.
What is
trickster?
Well, I must ask, why is there a crown in the middle of an inn?
It's family heirloom. It's just
What's the
important.
fire fake?
Family heirloom.
Yeah.
Did this used to be a bar?
Well, maybe my grandfather owned this inn before I did, but he moved to a bigger city, and I don't like alcohol, so I got rid of all that stuff.
Oh, what was his name?
Oh, my grandpa? Oh, his name was Vicar. Why?
Uh-huh.
All right. Your rooms are ready, sirs. So
Lovely. Thank you very much.
just,
Right, sir, I'm a kobold.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yep, sets up under one of the beds.
all right.
Kano takes off his armor and pulls out his flute.
Roll performance check.
The moment he plays the wrong note, Kano's like, "Nope, not doing this. Not."
Even after you hear that, even after you stop, there's like a quick like knock at the door. It's like, don't play any music. You'll wake the rats. I'm not dealing with that tonight.
I just found out that when I have my tokens selected, I can use my arrow keys to move around. It also interacts with my UI. I don't know if anyone else is seeing that. It's not showing on the main feed.
I see it. The main feed is like laggy and delayed though.
Yeah, you're moving. I see you.
It's weird because the chat is like on sync for the most, unless I type something. But the token movements are off.
But yeah, so Curate says that, and then you can hear her like kind of walk away.
Kano's gonna pray, meditate, and then go to bed.
All right. So the three of y'all kind of Balgroth has like walked in, but he's again just not saying anything, and he just falls onto a bed and rolls over and sleeps.
Yep, and the pseudo dragon both have their snouts out from under the bed coverings with their tongues blept.
Oh. So yeah. Isaiah, it's really hard for you to get to sleep tonight for some reason.
Yeah.
Like,
Of course.
You feel like it's not that feeling of being watched you felt the other night. You feel like something's crawling on you.
I would like to cast alarm on this room.
So it only goes off if something enters the area.
Yes.
It doesn't go off.
If I detect magic, do I see anything around?
With detect magic, you detect necromancy magic.
The real enemy was Yip Yap all along. Stab, stab, stab.
Let's see.
I pull out the heart from the Temple of Doom. And
Is it just like it's all around me? It's like permeating the air, or is it concentrated anywhere?
It's concentrated on your bed.
Can I like examine this more closely?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you laying in your bed right now, or?
I'm gonna get up off my bed.
Okay, yeah. You get up off the bed, you lift the covers up, and there are spectral mice crawling all over your mattress. And once you move, they all scurry off the bed and go to Kano. Yeah, they're not doing anything. They're just kind of like scurrying over each other.
Yes. Well, I suppose I'll just go to bed. Rather strange.
Yeah, rest of the night is pretty fine. Kano, you wake up, and just before, like, the sun, like, hits your face, for, a solid couple seconds, you see the ghost mice on you, and then they're gone.
Oh. Oh!
Yeah, the rest of you wake up fine.
Did y'all see that?
See what?
There were mice all over me.
Yip Yap crawls. Yip Yap crawls out from under the bed, and his weighted blanket is on top of him and the kobold, just under the rim of the blanket. So as they stand out, it's still just draping over their muzzles.
Yes. There were some spectral mice last night. You shouldn't have woken them with your flute.
Spectrum mice? I didn't know we had internet providers in this day and age. Ow, why did my head hurt?
What is an internet?
What is it?
I'm more of a Verizon man myself, but in any case, they should be harmless.
Yeah, so it's morning now. The mice are gone. You can't see them anymore. Yeah.
Thank you for the lodgings, madam.
Oh, it's fine. Is that the only night y'all are staying?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Where are we going? Do we have a destination in mind?
The Miro. Merrill Street?
That's right.
Miro.
We're heading, to the port capital of Miro.
How far is Miro from here?
What'd you say? What's the fourth capital?
Oh, it's like a 5-day, straight travel.
Well,
Just
Well, I guess we better. I guess we better get started then.
2 days as the dragonflies.
Well, I mean, this is a trading town. If y'all need supplies or some other, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a little low on booze.
Joffrey might have some. I don't know. I know he keeps
Well, we'll
a
see
secret
what's in
stash.
stock. Thank you.
Right?
And if I can ask, how did a crown get into your family? Are you royalty?
Her gramps was a vicar.
No, I said his name is Vicar.
Oh.
What?
Yes, but
What?
so was this crown a gift? Were you royalty at some point or nobility?
So yeah, Joffrey might have some alcohol. I know he has a personal stash there. And
Where's that?
It was stolen.
Was that stolen? I do not steal.
I never said you did.
Where's the where? Where's Joffrey?
Joffrey's the merchant. He's right across the square.
Okay. Yip runs out the tavern.
So Curate just kind of looks at y'all. It's just a family heirloom. All right, I don't know the history of it. My pops passed it down to me, and his pops passed it down to him, and it wasn't even supposed to go to me. It was supposed to go to my cousin, but we can't find my cousin.
What's your cousin's name?
His name's Apostle.
Kana's eyes are just
Apostle.
going to go wide. Excuse me.
Yeah.
This is apostle. We know an apostle.
Oh, you
He runs
do?
an inn too.
A
Kind of
cat
like
about
a orange
yay
tabby
high?
type?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He's been missing for like not missing. We know he's on like vacation or something. But this crown was supposed to go to him like 2 years ago after great-great-grandpapa died. So
So he's currently tending bar in the town of Retro, which is difficult to leave.
well, it doesn't surprise me he's a bartender, but I've never heard of Retro.
It's it's an enchanted town, a cursed town, really.
It's an enchanting place.
Yes.
Well, if you see him, could you tell him to like come by and pick up this heirloom? Because
I mean, we could probably bring it to him if you
No.
wanted.
You ain't touching it.
Can I look at it and see if it's magical?
There's no like immediate magical aura emanating from it.
All right. Well, all right. Also, how did you know you had spectral mice?
Oh, they come by every night. I hate those things, man. Every night, and it's worse when there's noise. I heard that flute, and I knew I was gonna have an infestation again. So you tell your buddy, whoever played that flute, he can shut. Just
they make a good blanket.
What?
They made a good blanket.
All right, we're leaving now. Curate, we will pass the message on to Apostle when we see him.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, and you're sure you don't want us to just deliver it?
No.
All right.
So, yep. You go across and you go inside the merchant store, and immediately you see this kind of. So you see this young man. He's kind of like currently like beneath a cupboard of some kind, like digging through stuff. So yeah, do you get his attention?
Hello, young man.
What? He like hits his head on the cupboard and
Sorry, I have that
he
effect
like
on
stands
people.
up. He's kind of a tall dude, like almost 6 foot, but not quite 6 foot, kind of tall. Stocky build, like kind of a strong looking guy, kind of like a lumberjack kind of build, you know?
Literally 3 times my height.
Yeah. He kind of like looks around and then looks down, like rubbing his head.
Hello.
Oh, a gecko.
No, I'm a kobold.
Huh?
Huh? A kobold?
I
I was told you might have alcohol.
Oh. I don't know.
You have to hit your head really hard, sir. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'll go check my cellar, and he kind of like
Okay.
walks away.
Man, Fossil, I feel really bad about if I just gave that man brain damage.
So yeah, Kano, where are you going?
Kano is going to this building up here, whatever this is.
So as you walk up to this building, you start to hear the clanging of hammer on anvil as you realize that you're walking up to a smith.
Sparks are flying.
Passion's strong. I am the kobold singing the I Want to Get Drunk song.
Hello, sir.
Oh, hi. Hello there. What can I do you for?
Nothing much. I'm just browsing your wares currently.
Okay.
Do you happen to have any arrows on you?
Arrows? Maybe. I'll check. And he like turns around and just like starts throwing shit out of a crate, and he like pulls out a quiver that has like 3 arrows in it. I have this.
My goodness.
Oh dear.
What kind of supply town is this?
You
This is like the Minecraft chest of supply town.
do you have maybe? Claudia's gonna look. What type of arrows are they?
They're like iron tipped arrows.
How much?
A gold piece each, so 3, I guess. You
A
want the quiver
gold-
too?
A gold for arrows?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't normally have customers. Silver would be fine.
Silver? Connor's like in complete disbelief right now.
I mean, if you want 1, like 5 copper would be okay. But I worked like really hard on these iron tips, man. I had to like mold these myself and like heat them up in the fire and like, all that stuff. Takes a lot of work.
I guess where I'm from, it's just easier to make arrows, I guess. Anyway, how many for 3? How much for 3?
6 silver.
Is your business doing all right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Normally people who come through here have more money, so I don't know if it's just you or. I mean, not to insult your Everyone has their own financial situation. I'm just saying.
Oof.
I'm
Called you
sorry.
broke.
I shouldn't insult customers. I apologize.
Connor's gonna kind of put like an arm on the table. I'll give you 2 silver for 2 arrows.
Oh, I'm not the one you. I'm not the. You don't bargain with me. If you want to bargain, you can go to the grocery. I'm pretty firm on my prices because I make all this stuff by myself by hand, sir.
Bartering. He's intimidating. It's a stick up.
Okay, roll intimidation with advantage.
The stick up, did you say?
What did you say?
He kind of he looks shaken for a second, but then he just kind of squares his shoulders. Sir, please. I don't know what it's like where you're from, and I apologize that if this isn't in your price range, but I'm firm on my prices because I make all this stuff by myself, by hand, and I am running low on supplies, so I kind of need the money, There's only so much silver around here. Only so much iron.
Oh. Guess I'll have to pick up a different arrow another day.
I wish you luck.
How incredibly cheap can you be?
It's a silver per arrows cost copper. How?
Well, maybe these arrows are better than what they make.
These are iron tipped. My arrows are iron tipped.
You've got the money.
I'm not sure. I'm not buying a ridiculous priced arrow.
Well, how many arrows do you have now?
I have 19.
No. I hope it's enough.
Just gotta pull them out after you fire them.
Who charges silver? They had to have. They would have to be magical.
So, as y'all talk, Joffrey comes back, and he has a barrel on his shoulders, and he places it down with a thud. It's a little bit taller than you, the barrel. I found this in my cellar. I don't exactly know what it is. I think I was fermenting something down there. It might be moonshine. Probably moonshine, honestly. You can have a taste. You have a flask?
I have a taste. I empty my flask and I have a taste.
Hey, on the floor? Or do you drink it?
No, down the hatch.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Joffrey just kind of looks at you like, oh my god, I've never seen a gecko drink alcohol before. All right.
I'm a kobold!
I don't know what a kobold is, man. You look like a gecko. You're green. I don't know, dude.
Kobold!
You're like, I mean, are you green? I don't know. Are you green? What are you?
His red muzzle sticking out an inch or two from his hood. There is enough exposed scaly skin. He
Yeah,
is.
but here's the thing, though.
Okay, he tries a little.
So roll a con save.
On save.
This hits you like a gut punch.
I did just empty my entire flask into me.
Yeah, so
Big oof.
Hey man, don't throw up in my store. If you're gonna throw up outside.
That is good. I'll take it.
I don't usually sell my moonshine. I don't know how to. Let me go. I'm gonna go consult. I'll be right back. Don't steal nothing. And he like walks quickly around the corner, and you hear like hushed whispering with another.
Yip yap. I thought you were out of gold.
Hey, can I borrow some money?
Whoa, what? I don't have money.
You don't have money. You do magics. Magic sometimes costs them.
It does sometimes cost money, which is why, yeah. You see, there's an old saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
See,
And,
I'm not saying
love me a
give me
cake.
money. I'm saying lend me money, and
that
I'll
presumes
steal
I have
some
any.
and give it back. I'll steal some and give it back to you later.
So, Joffrey comes back out. Okay,
Joffrey, my man.
How do you know my name?
I came here because the lady over there told me.
Oh, Kira. Oh, all right. What's your name?
Yeah.
What's your name then?
What?
What's your name then? It's kind of rude for you to know my name and I don't know
You
yours.
got no tail.
What?
Kobold.
Is Isaiah in the store?
He's like at the door, kind of leaning, like.
He kind of looks, Joffrey, this like 20-year-old guy just looks at you and he's like, what?
He's very exuberant.
It
I'm a
looks like a
kobold.
lizard. Is it a lizard?
I'm a kobold.
Basically, yes.
I don't know
You
what
see-
a kobold is, man.
You
It's a lizard. It's like a big gecko.
You see, God, okay?
What?
Vil Kiriga created
Who?
Vil Kiriga created kobolds, dragonborn,
I don't know
wyvern,
what those are.
half dragons, quasi dragons. I'm like a drink.
Basically, all the lizards.
Yeah. Hey, that's offensive.
Okay.
I didn't use a
So-
hard Z at the end.
How much?
I like a good joke as much as anyone else. But I'm not here to like learn about your religion. I'm sorry. I just don't like that kind of stuff. But I'll sell you like a flask of my moonshine for 5 silver pieces. That sound fair?
How much silver is it how much copper is it to a silver?
10.
10 copper to a silver?
I think so,
Mhm.
yeah.
How many silver pieces?
5. So 50 copper.
Oh, deal. Yep. Parcels out about 50 copper pieces.
Are you kidding me? I can't count this. What even are these? Are these copper?
I'll put it in groups of 10. I can count that high at least.
Oh. Okay.
That leaves
so
me
they
with
got the little
7
they got the
copper.
C on them. That means they're copper. All right. I sometimes can't tell the difference between copper, silver, and gold. They all look the same to me. But this little
Oh,
letter-
yeah, right. Yeah. Looks, yeah. It all
Listen,
like glitter.
buddy, I'm colorblind. You gotta chill.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Everything glitters.
Huh?
It glitters.
Just take the flask out of my store. You're confusing.
Oh, is there a place where I could maybe sell my arrows? I never use my crossbow.
Oh yeah, there's a blacksmith. Like a rat here. Like you just
Why is it gotta be black? Okay. Yep, goes.
All right, bye. He kind of
Yep,
Joffrey looks
says,
at
"Thank
Isaiah.
you."
Joffrey looks at Isaiah. Is that like your pet or something?
Not. No, he's its own thing. Although it's sort of like more like a child.
Yeah. So yeah, blacksmith. First.
African American Smith.
Kano, what are you doing?
You freaking excuse
Is
me.
this a separate store right over here?
Yes, you are walking into a grocery, so it just has like produce. And in the grocery, you see a female wood elf who looks pretty young for her age, because she's an elf. She has young features, red hair and like kind of pinkish skin.
Good morning, ma'am.
What?
Please.
Why do you sound like that?
Magic water.
Matt. Okay.
I tasted oblivion.
Do you need some, sir?
Yes. I need something that can hold me over for 5 days. Or at least some fresh produce to help with making stews and whatnot.
Well, I have plenty. I can wrap up some rations for you. About 3 days of rations is about 15 copper pieces.
That's for 3 days.
Yes, sir.
If we throw in enough rations for 2 extra days and I pop in a gold, will that be enough?
I'm sorry, what was that?
If I give you 2 silver for 2 extra days worth of rations, will that be fine?
Yeah, sure. She kind of like puts them in a little box, and she goes to start wrapping up the rations for you.
Have you always lived here, ma'am?
Oh, yeah. I've lived in Penrith all my life. I'm thinking about moving though, honestly.
Are things not so great here?
My cousin went missing a while ago. We haven't found him.
What's your cousin's name?
Lafayette.
Why does that sound familiar? In a bad way.
He was a dog from the Aristocats.
Can I roll? Do we know that name?
No, you don't. I've never used that name in this campaign.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. It appears a lot of people have family members missing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. It seems like a lot of people are going missing nowadays because some men came through here, like, yesterday, kind of. But I just kind of briefly saw them. They went to the baker's. They talked with Genevieve, and then they went on, like, this walk, left their stuff in the inn, and they haven't been back yet, and I'm starting to kind of worry about them.
Not concerned.
Did you get a name from them at all?
No, like I said, they didn't talk to me. They only went to go get bread, and then they went on their walk.
Well, if we see something, we'll keep our eyes open.
If you see something, say something.
I don't know. Genevieve might know more about it. I'm not really I'm not very talkative, so no one really talks to me.
Why would no one talk to you?
because I'm not much of a talker myself. People usually just come in, say what they want to buy. I fix it up, and they pay and they leave.
Well, then, someone who doesn't talk a lot sure does probably hear a lot of things. Is that true to say?
I'm not really one for gossip.
I wasn't asking about gossip. Just stories about things on the road.
Well, my cousin Lafayette. I know he was talking about something before he vanished. He was talking about some gathering happened. Said he wanted to go. That's about it.
Do you know where he went?
That northeast to the Sione border. But when he left, before he disappeared, he said he was gonna go hiking down south. And so
So he lied to you?
I don't think Lafayette wouldn't lie to me. He said the meeting would happen sometime in summer. It's not summer yet.
What season is it?
Y'all are in the middle of spring currently.
Okay.
Well, it's springtime, and he has quite a while to make it to his meeting.
Well,
I'm
he
sure
went
you'll see
missing-
him again.
He went missing a while ago.
How long ago?
About 30 cycles ago.
30 cycles, so days.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep our eyes open.
I don't really have much hope.
Hey, not having much means there's still some.
Mm-hmm.
Never
She hands
fear.
you the rations. Right.
Never. Sorry.
Connor's gonna kind of like flip his wicker hat up a bit and just give like a small smile, hoping that his sharper teeth don't really show through.
She gives like a small smile back and then just kind of goes back to counting her stock.
Hey, Isaiah,
Yes.
I have a feeling we need to leave.
Why? What's wrong?
I'm starting to get that gut feeling that this town may not be the safest place for us to be in.
I walk
Well-
up to the merchant.
What?
I'm waiting on interacting with the merchant.
Oh, I thought you already. I thought. Okay. I'm sorry. So, yeah. The blacksmith was just kind of doing stuff. And you come in, he turns around.
Hello.
What? What?
I'm a kobold.
I don't. You look like a very small dragonborn.
Sorta. Not really.
Okay. Do you need something?
So I have a really cool thing, but I never use it, so I'm cool with selling the ammo I have for it.
Oh,
What will you give me for these? I pull them out of the quiver. These 15 crossbow bolts.
Woof. Woof. He kind of like looks them over, like inspects them a little bit. All right.
Actually,
Okay.
I'm gonna keep 5 of them. So 10 crossbow bolts.
All right. I will give you, let's say, have these been used before?
Not that I know of.
I give you 2 silver each, so that'll be 20 silver.
20.
You want a silver? Yep.
Okay.
He kind of like reaches beneath his counter and like counts for a bit and then hands you a coin pouch with 20 silver in it.
Oh boy. I once killed a werewolf with silver.
Wow. Werewolf?
Yeah,
Really?
I just turned my coin purse into his mouth. He died.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, bye! I ran out.
Alright.
Well, Kano, if you think we ought to go, we should. Well, I have no problem leaving now. Let's be off.
Let's go get Yip Yap. Yip Yap.
Yep.
We're leaving.
Okay.
As y'all kind of like walk away, this guy kind of like runs up to you. He's like panting a little bit. He like, oh, hi, folks. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't greet you. Oh, God. I'm not running. Oh, God. I'm the mayor. I'm supposed to like greet people when they come in.
Oh, man.
My name's Tristan Debray. It's nice to meet you. It's just a formality because we get a lot of visitors. It's like a whole thing. I try to be polite.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you for your
I mean, y'all look like you're leaving, but we were having a contest later today, and the winner, the prize is a great axe. If any of y'all are interested in that.
Sorry, sir.
Bulgroth might like a great axe.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I'm sorry, but I don't feel like we have the time to stay.
Well, what's the worst that could happen?
Kano's going to nudge Isaiah in the rib. I don't think we have the time to stay. Sorry.
What is this? What sort of contest is it?
He kind of like rubs his neck, and as he does so, you notice that he has like a really intricate, like you see a bit of it, but there's like an intricate tattoo of some reptile, like going from his chest to his shoulder, like back to his neck.
Is it a kobold?
No, I mean you can't tell. Well, it's a tree trunk throwing contest. I heard that people in the east did it, and I thought, why not? Sounds fun,
Yeah, that's definitely Balgroth territory.
Cobber toss?
Yeah.
Caber.
Hey,
Caber, first off. Second off.
But me and my wife, she's the baker, actually. Oh, sorry.
Bad
She's not my wife yet. Oh God, please don't tell her I said that.
Oh.
Don't please.
That's a.
We've been planning this. We don't get really a lot of visitors, and this was meant to be like a way to like bring people into the town because I'm not saying I'm jealous of Colebrook, but they're a big town, and I just want more people to like know that my little town is out here too.
No, that makes sense. I think we could probably do it. I'll bet you Balgroth would love it. Kano, I think you'd be great at this contest.
I used to do
right.
this. I used to do this contest when I was younger.
See, you have experience. It's this evening. We have some other people coming, and those two men that were here, they said that they would participate, but I haven't seen them in a while. I hope they're okay.
Sure, man.
But we have a couple other people coming from Colebrook. They said that they would join for the publicity or whatever they called it. But yeah, so if y'all could stay and participate, so do you want to be a contestant, Mr. Was it Kano?
Kano, you die.
What?
My name is Kano, you die.
It's funny because the answer is yes. Yes, he can.
Just
Brad,
I'm not giving out my other name. You are
I
getting my
didn't
given
ask
name.
if you had another name, sir.
That's
I
a
was just
weird thing to
confused.
say, Kanu.
You from the East, yeah? I know people from the East got like
Yeah.
fancy names, you know. But yeah, I'll put your name down. I'm going to guess how that's spelled, but I'm sure it's fine. And
Just don't write "Can you die?"
I wasn't going to.
I sent you a message.
That's all.
Kana's
Don't worry.
gonna turn to Dale.
Good.
Yeah, I've always had a second name.
We'll be right back.
But if you're trying to hide it, why would you bring that to anyone? It doesn't matter. All right. Well,
I haven't been trying to hide it. You'll just never ask.
Okay,
He's just kind of like rubbing his hair. He's like, he has gray hair.
you literally just refused to share your second name.
Do you want to know my second name? I didn't refuse. I said, at least it's not my second name.
You specifically said I'm not going to tell you my second name.
So.
No, I asked if he wanted to.
Put down Balgroth as well. I'm sure he'd love to compete.
Balgroth.
Yes.
Yes.
Is
he's
he
an orc.
someone else that's with you?
He is. He's sleeping right now or something.
Okay, Balgroth. Okay, I'm gonna guess how that's spelled too. I'll go tell Curate to put those names down on our roster, and I'll see you gentlemen this evening.
Lovely.
Thanks. And that's where we're gonna end the session. Because now we need Balgroth to be here.
Now we need Balgroth to be here. You better pass this Hebrew test.
So yeah.
Be better.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. And everyone have a nice night. And we'll see you next week, hopefully. Bye-bye.
Bye.